Well, there's a common question I get asked about the 300 DPI clip art in PNG format. If you're struggling with that, in this video, I am going to show you exactly what I do and how I make sure all of my clip art comes out in 300 DPI, even though it's a PNG and it has a transparent background. How can I tell? So in this video, covering that, it's going to be a walkthrough. I felt like now is the best time considering I'm getting ready to upload some clip art to my Etsy shop. So in the process of doing so, I'll go ahead and record this video and show you how I check and make sure everything is in the proper resolution. So that way I have a great quality product. Also in this tutorial, I want to make it clear, if you're not making clip art to be printed, the 300 DPI or PPI resolution is not going to be an issue for you. 300 DPI or PPI is the standard and minimum requirement for when you're doing something in print, like print on demand products, shirts, cups, any type of fabrics or anything like that. It should be 300 DPI so it can print in the best quality possible. You can use tools such as Photoshop, GIMP, or I just wanted to put a quick break in here. I meant to say Fotor, like Fotor, not Figma. That's something else completely different. To do so, I personally use Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop since 2003 when it was just CS on disk. Okay, so that's how far back I go. I've been using it for almost 2 decades and I swear by it. Also, let me bust a myth about Canva. You cannot produce 300 DPI PNGs in Canva at this time of this video. Now, what you can do in Canva is you can download your graphic as a PDF print file. There's 2 print options in Canva when you download. One says print standard for sharing in web. That's great if you have like a digital thank you card and they need to click a link or something like that. Now, the PDF print is when you want something actually printed. That one will produce a PDF file in a 300 DPI, and then at that point you can probably put it into another software and save it as a PNG. Okay, that's the only workaround I can think of in regards to creating something 300 DPI out of Canva. You will still need to put it in a software such as Photoshop, GIMP, or Figma to convert it. So you might as well work with one of those in the first place. I don't really know how to work GIMP or Figma. I use Figma for cropping. I used GIMP years ago. I do not know the current user interface right now. And I swear by Photoshop, okay? I am just an Adobe head, okay? And they didn't got a lot of my money over the years. Back when you can just buy discs though, it wasn't no monthly payments, okay? But anyway, I'm about to walk through my computer and show you how this is done. And then at the end, stay to the end because I have an announcement that I think will be very sweet for you. And it'll determine, you know, if this is something that you want to be a part of at the end, okay? All right, make sure you subscribe to my channel. So let's jump on my computer real quick. All right. I know y'all saw several things pop up with one click of a button. I'm gonna do a little plug right here. StreamDeck. I know a lot of people, if you haven't heard of StreamDeck, it's like a gaming thing, but I don't use it for gaming. I use it for productivity. I have the StreamDeck XL 32 key. I'll link to it in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. Just a short plug. It saved my life, okay? So these keys, I have them programmed. So when I'm working on the Design Diva, which is my Etsy shop, I just press my Design Diva key. I just press the key and then everything I need to work that specific business pops up. So I don't have to open up everything. And I mean, my Photoshop come up, my Canva comes up, my Etsy shop comes up. I have folders that come up, my downloads that I'm working on, and then the actual external hard drive come up. One click of one button, everything comes up. That explains StreamDeck. If you want some more knowledge about it, you can click the link below and check it out. Now that we're on the Photoshop, let's get right to it. If you're brand new, I have a 7-day free trial. You can play with it. I have that below in the description as well. You can play with that for 7 days free. What you would do is you will come in here, you'll click new file. This will probably be blank. These are all the templates I've made over the years because I do a lot of different digital products. In our case, yours would be new. I do my clip art at 1500 by 1500 pixels, which is basically a 5 by 5 inch. That's how I started. I make sure my resolution is in a 300 pixel / inch, which is basically DPI, dots per inch or pixels per inch. Like, that's what it is. Okay, and then I make my background transparent. I always make my background transparent, especially when I'm working with clip art, but you can change it to white, black, whatever you need. Everything else I keep the same. So again, I changed the parameters so far as my width and height, my resolution, and my background. Now, once you set up everything the way you want it to set up, on the way you see it here, you're going to click this little thing right here, this little save, download little thing, and then you're going to save it as clip art template or whatever you want. You're going to save the preset, and then you will have a template over here like so. And then every time you get ready to work on your clip art, you just click it. Okay, make sure it's blue, and then press create. Now you have a blank canvas to work with. Now, if you search in your image size, you will see that it is a 1500 by 1500 300 DPI. I don't like that, so we're gonna do that. Okay, so I like to turn those off. Okay, so we're gonna leave this like this. Now, I've actually downloaded some graphics that I designed in AI, in Midjourney specifically. When you upscale in Midjourney and download, it gives you an image of a 1024 by 1024, but the resolution is only 72 DPI. So I hope like crazy that you're not downloading directly from Midjourney and just going to Canva and removing background and downloading it and selling it, because that's not cool. All right, that is not quality, all right, at all. And especially if somebody's trying to print with that, they would never come back to your shop and buy again. So don't do that. There is a difference. If you're making graphics for instance, you can do that. If your clip arts are for graphics, you know, computer graphics, not print graphics, because they will be pissed. All right, so let's take a look here. I'm getting ready to open in Photoshop. We're gonna test. So you can, this is how you check to see if your images are in 300 DPI. So we're going to go to the Midjourney where I downloaded the files, put all the files from Midjourney. Okay, so we'll do 4. So now you can see this is a PNG, it's an image. We're going to go to image and we're going to go to file size. All right, as you can see, it says 72 DPI. It's in inches. We can't change it because I pressed resample because I like to lock it on mine, right? But if I change it to pixels, you will see that it is 1024 by 1024 pixels and the resolution is only 72 DPI. That's not what we want to sell, especially if you're doing it for print. Another way you can also check it, come over here to pictures. All right, we can click on any one of these, and I'm on a Mac. If you're on a Windows, you would click properties. I believe it says properties, but on a Mac is get info, and it will show us the size. It should. Dimensions, 1024 by 1024. We're not functioning with this like that, right? So now what we're going to do though is we're going to get one of these pictures. We're going to take this one, number 4, and we just dropped it into, I can't move, well, I can move it now, but we're going to drop it into our Photoshop and then just press enter because Photoshop automatically centers it. So this is our 300 DPI layer, our 5" by 5". We just dropped it on top of it. All right, so now it's there, but it's not transparent, right? It's still in the original format. So if I was right now, if you look over in the lower right corner under the layers panel, you can see that it is a smart object. I would have to rasterize this layer by right clicking and then saying rasterize layer in order for me to go do the automatic cropping. I don't like to automatically crop, especially when it's watercolor, okay? Because you got a lot of little things going in different directions in watercolor, and then you got these little strings on here. little things that look like hairs, right? I like to get a little clean with mine. So what I'm doing is going over here to this object selection tool, and I'm going to highlight. If you need details on this, I'm going to put it in the description below, because I did a video on this a couple of weeks back called Making Clip Art, and I get into detail in regards to this tool. So I just go ahead and I swipe the whole thing, and then I click at the top, select and mask. So now it took away a lot of the white. We still got some white in there. So I'm make sure I'm on the right brush. Let me lower this brush just a little bit. And now I'm about to get in here and get this white, get that white out. Now some white, you got to be careful, because some white is meant to be, or it looks better with it there, because it kind of like highlights it. And this is a great tool to use if like you got an image with hair, because it goes through the hair. I'm getting those little red strands at the bottom because it'll color them back in for me. Now I'll get the white out of there. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Not so shabby. All right. Now we're going to get up in here. Get that white up out of there. Put some color back up in there. And get some white up out of here. You're seeing it flicker because I got the decontaminate colors on. Okay, go up in here and get that out a little bit. I'll leave that little bit of white, I think, in there right there. I'll leave that there a little bit. All right, so this is looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Probably can get in there a little bit more. I'll leave that little shade there. Okay, other than that, everything's looking good. Let's get some of this white out of here. There we go. Okay. Got a little white there, so give some little highlights. All right. Looking pretty all right. Pretty okay. Now I'm going to turn on my decontaminate colors. As you see the difference? On, off, on. And then I like to play with the opacity. Okay, we done. All right, so there go our clip art. I'm gonna take off that. Now we need to export it. We don't need to save it. We don't need to save as. We need to export. Okay, and I'm gonna show you why. So you can go to file and export as. Do not export your clip art as a quick export as PNG. It needs to be export as. Or you can come over here and right click on that and go export as. Same thing. It's going to lead you to the same place. Now we see that our image is selected, but check it out. Look at the image size. The image size is 1352 by 1396. And this is why we do not do a quick export as PNG, because the size did change. Because, okay, we took out the background. Sometimes things, it just change in size based on the little strands of hair that disappeared and all of that good jazz. Okay, so what I do right here is I always go for the width. Width is 1500. All right, there we go. 1500 in the width. Okay, we good. Make sure the top say PNG. Make sure the transparency is there. The height is bigger than 1500. But some images will be longer depending upon the way the image is shaped. But this image overall is going to be 5 inches, because I'm going to make it at least 1500 wide, which is 5 inches. The length will vary. So now, boom, everything is done. The canvas is 1500 by 1549. So is the image that's being exported over here on the left. And now we're just going to click export. And then now I'm going to save it in the file, the real file that will be sold on Etsy, right? And then all I do is get rid of the copy, because I already have them named and numbered the way I want them to be. And then I just press save. Now it's done. We're out. How do we know if it really saved as 300 DPI now that I'm done? Here's what we do. We're going to do it like we did Midjourney. Open it up. We're going to go to the file. There we go. We're going to go to our file, and we did number 4. and we're gonna open it. And now it's just the picture there, just like it was with Midjourney. Now the picture is there. Now we're gonna go up to file and see what it say. It says 300 DPI. Now remember, if we change it to pixels, 1500 by 1549 pixels at 300 DPI. But you know me, I like to turn that off, so it changes it to inches. This is what it is. I can just cancel out of there. So all my images, I already know gonna be 300 DPI. I just checked it. So when someone buys it and they drop it into their software, it should be 300 DPI. Now, if it says something less than that, that is because sometimes people have their Photoshop set up not realizing that they have it to where they open up images in the smallest resolution. Even though the image is bigger, their system that they're running on opens it smaller. And that is why I take off that auto because I'll be able to tell if it's really a real 300 DPI. But this is how you tell. So you know for a fact your graphics are designed in 300 DPI. No doubt. We just opened it up and checked it. We know what it is. And this is the image. This is a whole image. We can't do anything with this now. It's an image now. It's not the original. Okay? So there you have it. That's how you are able to check. Again, I use Photoshop. You can get a 7-day free trial. The link for it will be in the description below. Even if you want to just do the trial real quick and drop your images in there just to see what size they are to check them, you can definitely do that too. I highly recommend you keep Photoshop though, because it's really a great tool to have in your stack deck and in your tech stack. I'm like stack deck. I'm looking at my StreamDeck. It's really good to keep in your tech stack. It's good to have. And it's not expensive at all, for real. It's only $20 a month. So it's not bad. Not like what everybody, or what people might think. So that's pretty good. I am an affiliate, full disclosure. If you use my link and you get it, Adobe does throw me some kickback on that. Doesn't have anything to do with you, but that keeps me going, and I give all my information away for free anyway, so it's not like I'm charging for it. So here go the announcement. I'm getting ready to do a 90-day challenge. I was about to say 30, but it's 90 days. Got it right here. I'm doing a 90-day content building challenge, not necessarily on YouTube, but also on my D. Willis website. It's also my blog. And I challenged myself for 90 days to put out content every day for 90 days, whether it's a YouTube video or it's a blog post or both. But every single day for the next 90 days, I am going to be releasing content, guys. And I invite you to join the challenge, especially if you're looking at growing your digital assets online. You definitely want to set yourself up with a challenge. I think to know that works for me. When I started Etsy last year, you used to see my 44 days, my first 44 days of Etsy. Oh my God. I'm gonna link that video below. I was on fire. I was out there, like really getting it right, and them was like the best days, right? But I did Etsy, and I'm not gonna stop doing Etsy. It's just that I want to focus more on my brand, because I know more than just Etsy. It's things that go on behind the scenes, like SEO, keyword research, things like that. I feel like be helpful to people. Building some people want to build a blog, they don't know how, or they're dealing with a lot of tech and don't know how. And I'm very techy. A lot of people don't know, but I do have 4 master certifications in digital marketing. I have so much tech, and I have done a lot of different things, and I feel like I can bring something to the table, especially for solo entrepreneurs who are in business by themselves, for themselves, and they're trying to build multiple digital assets and create a portfolio. Now, I do have various digital assets, but I didn't do them all at the same time. I did them over time. And I kind of want people to understand that. Yes, I have my Etsy and I have my books on Amazon. I have 43 of them over there, but I did the 43 books before I even did Etsy. So it's kind of like, okay, things went into stages, right? And every stage there was skills that needed to be learned. And so I do know a plethora of skills that stack on one another. So I kind of want to work more on the D. Willis brand. I'm always designing because that's my passion. So that's what I'm gonna do. In that same breath, I want to let you know about a tool that I created for myself that I am thinking about giving away to my audience for free. You need to sign up. I'm gonna have a link below. It's like a wait list because I want to see get some opinions about it. Well, that product is that tool that I built for myself was basically because I do run a business by myself. I do outsource. I have like VAs and stuff that I contract and hire from time to time to do things that I don't have time to do. However, I need to keep track of all of that stuff. I need to keep track of who got logins to what, my affiliate links, my passwords, what the goals are, what the stats are, what the home bills are, what the tech stack look like, how much I'm paying, when that's due. You know, it's a lot of different things. Domain names, when they renew. Like it's a whole bunch of things that as a solo entrepreneur you do. You're keeping track of everything. So I put together a tool that allows me to keep track of everything in my business as well as in my home, because I still got to manage my home. And the reason why I put this together is because my kids don't know a thing about what I do. Some people have partners, right? They have a husband and wife team and they have partners, and the husband and wife, you know, both know the passwords. They both know something. Well, my kids don't know anything. So if something was to happen to me, my kids need to be able to have a tool that they can just open up and it has everything and what goes where, what goes to what bank account, what, you know, so they'll know where the money is coming from and where it's flowing to, so they know where to get it, right? If something that was ever to happen to me. So I put that together for myself. So let me know if you are a solo entrepreneur and you need to get your stuff all out in one place. I'm thinking about creating a Notion template for it because I'm good at building Notion templates. So a whole dashboard for it. So I'm thinking about doing that, making it a printable or making it like a digital planner. I mean, you tell me, what do you think? You can let me know that answer down in the comments. But if you want to get your hands on it when I release it, because it's gonna just be given away for free, you got to get on my wait list for that. Okay, and that link will be down below as well. So those are the two things that I got going on: the 90-day challenge and that tool. So I hope you like this video. If you have any ideas for me, anything that you want to know, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to make a video for you, just like I did this one for one of my subscribers. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.